Well, I made it to the house. I said, I'll go ahead and do this live right quick and stuff before I go in. Um, yeah, so I was trying to finish up from earlier and stuff. Then I went up here again. I don't know if the notification came through and stuff or what. So, wait a minute. I know I'm messing up at. Um, give it a few minutes. All right. Yep. So, see, I was gonna go ahead and finish up from earlier before I settle down and stuff. But I guess I ain't gonna be home long. Got to get back out here tomorrow and finish this trip up. Got to finish this trip up. Going to Austell and stuff. But then I gotta. They called me and said I gotta do a drugs. I got selected again this quarter to do another drug screen. I don't understand that crap, but and it wouldn't be so bad if it wouldn't be so bad about this drug screen if they were paying for it. But see, I mean, you go down here, you do it and stuff, and then, you know, then when the bill comes, they take it out of your settlement. So I'm like, shoot, well, hey, I could have went on here and took care of this and been done with it instead of, I got a 2 a.m. delivery and I got a 2 a.m. delivery in Georgia, but then I got to wait till 8 o'clock in the morning just go get a drug screen before I can go get any work done and stuff. So I'm like, shoot, got that nonsense going on. Oh, something else I didn't realize. I didn't know that I was only 800 miles away from Dallas in Atlanta. I didn't know that. All the years of driving and stuff, man. I mean, I didn't know. I always thought Dallas was like another 1,500, but it ain't but eight. So I've been kind of I've been kind of thinking that maybe I would consider opening up a lane from in the south to go to Dallas. But the only problem is if I start doing that, then you got to take care of all the other stuff in between it. Like they might want you to go to Arkansas. They might want you to load out of Arkansas, and then you're in Arkansas. Now you got to go to Missouri. You know, you got to start going to Missouri and Oklahoma and all that other stuff there. So I like, man, shoot, I don't know. Thinking about it, but then the more I think about it, I said, no, I think I better just go and stay where I'm at, cause the second you do one thing out the ordinary, they're gonna want you to do it all the time. Like, oh, hey, well, listen, why don't you start running some of the Midwest and stuff? And then you say, oh, well, I just did that one time. Well, daggone, you did go out there that one time and stuff, right? What's the problem? And that bull crap there. So don't start. That's another thing in this industry. Don't pick up no habits that you ain't trying to keep up. That's why I tell people like, man, look, if you don't run New York City, don't go, cause if you go one time, they're gonna be want you to go all the time. Like, hey, you took that load to New York City, here another one, take it again. And like with that going, I was just trying to try stuff out, but it was a bad experience for me. I ain't want to go back. Well, uh, just work a little bit more on your routing and all that other stuff, then, and you're good to go. And see, that's even with them. That's even with the brokers and stuff. You say like, well, if I find my own loads, right, then I shouldn't be worrying about that. Well, if you do good for somebody, they're gonna call you back, and then that's all they're gonna be offering you. It's like if you don't take it, then like, oh well, I don't have anything else, and now you're hooked. You know. So like I said, between this between this and the drug game and stuff is no different. You know, they let you get the first one for free, and then next thing you know, you hook. How can I get a better understanding of freight lanes? Okay, to get an understanding. Sorry, man. Okay, I'm live. All right. Okay, Chris, if you still there, I don't know why is it when I go live I get phone calls, and I'm like, I let everybody freaking know, man. Look, I'm going live. Don't call. Okay, to get an understanding of freight lanes and stuff, first you have to decide what lane do you want to run. Okay, what lane do you want to run? So once you understand what lane you want to run, then you understand the lane rates on the lane. Okay, you still here? Okay, all right. So first thing first, you decide what lane you want to run. Okay, and from the lane that you want to run, what you build is a triangle. You build a triangle about where you want to run and stuff like that, because you're gonna start from where you are, go to a certain area, and then from that certain area, you're gonna go to another area, and then from that area, you're gonna go right back to your home. And so that's what it's. And so you kind of build a triangle around your house where you live. You center it. You center it if you want. If you want to run and stuff and say, well, I want to be around the house and stuff like that. Then you build the lanes and stuff around your home, and you let your home be in the center. That way, no matter what load you take, if worse come to worse and stuff, like say there's a layover or something, or say you want to go home, you're not too far away if you decide to do it that way. But whatever area you decide to run, understand the lane rate, and that's simply calling to see what's the average that they pay on that lane. If you're going from point A to point B, understand what does the lane pay and stuff, right? And that way, once you got an average, when you start to book the loads for yourself, you're not booking anything under average, which means that if the average lane rate is paying $2 a mile on this lane, then you shouldn't be booking no load for $1.50. If the average is $2, don't be booking it for $1.50, $1.75. Okay, now that's below average. I don't need to mess with it. It's garbage. So they start saying $2, and then from $2, that's when you start negotiating up and say, well, let me see if I can get $3 a mile, $4 a mile, $5 a mile. But the absolute low is the average, which is $2. And that's an example. But anywhere you decide to run, if like the first example, if you want to be around the house, then you put your house in the center and you build a triangle around that. All right. Let's just say you don't want to be around the house. Then wherever lane and stuff that you decide to go, say you're from south and you just want to run the northeast, then get an understanding of the northeast and stuff about where your cutoff point, where your cutoff point is going to be, where I'm gonna start at, where I'm gonna finish at, and turn around and stuff, and then all the areas in between there. So if I'm going up, I understand what this rate is. If I'm going down, I understand what this rate is. And then that's how you average yourself at the end of the week. So if the load might be paying $2, and now it might be paying $3 to go up, but it might be paying $2 to go down. So then your average is $2.50. Okay, so once you get an understanding of that, then you get an understanding of the areas in between there and stuff, and that way you'll start to learn the customers that's inside that lane. So when you see something posted or somebody call you about a load, you'll almost automatically know where the load is picking up out of. Like for instance, when they told me South Plainsfield, the first thing I said, okay, I'm picking up out of Hall's Brothers. They said, oh, it's Mike Foods. I said, no, it's Hall's Brothers, because that's the only thing that's there. And then I get over there, pick up at the Hall's Brothers. So when you understand the customer, you'll understand the type of business and stuff that they do. You got to learn. So it's going to be it's gonna be a hit or miss sometime. You're gonna go somewhere, you're gonna learn. Okay, this is a customer, but they keep me here for a certain amount of time, or hey, they own their stuff all the time, and this is a good time to go. This is not such a good time to go, so on and so forth. So when you learn that, you learn the people inside the lane, and then that's when you begin to say, okay, I'm gonna start setting up some contracts in here to locking some stuff down. So, and all these things take time and stuff. And so, some people will do a load for a customer one time, and then because of that one time and that one bad experience, they say that's the say all and be all, and say, well, you know what? I ain't doing that no more and stuff, man. They just a horrible customer, and instead of just chopping it up to the game and say, well, all right, let me see what they really about, right? Let me let me put some, let me use some patience, right? Assert some patience and understand that, you got a good period, you got a bad period and stuff. It's just like, some days you're going to be a ball of fire, some days you're not going to be a ball of fire. But, it's all on when somebody catches you or whatever. But, yeah, just understanding lane rates and stuff is that whatever area you decide to run, understand what is the average pay on that lane. If I'm running from here to there, what's the average? So that way, when you book the load, you know that you're not booking it under par and stuff. Cause this is where they get a lot of us and stuff in the industry is that they'll give you a load and then they'll give it to you under par, and then you keep getting the load and stuff, right? And it's like, well, daggone, um, you don't factor in certain things or whatever. Like when you run the Northeast, a lot of people don't factor in the tolls and stuff like that. And so when everything's said and done, you ain't make no money off the load. But then you hear some people it's like, well, daggone, if this what this load is paying, how come guys are running it so much all the time and stuff? And it's not like it's not even hurting them, you know, as opposed to somebody that don't know, you know, they're offering it to you and stuff, and they're offering it to you, but they're giving it to you because you're taking the load under par. You're not taking it on the average or whatever. So they making over like a fat cat. And then, the expenses and stuff, of course, are yours because then they're going to treat you like an own operator. It doesn't matter. You can be in anybody lease program or whatever. When they start coming down to them expenses that you got to pay and stuff, now you're an own operator. Okay, truck got to go in the shop. You got to pay tolls. Um, you got to pay for parking or whatever and stuff, man. The fuel, all this stuff there, they're going to treat you like an own operator. So, um, if they're going to treat you like an own operator, you gotta start using own operator logic and science in there, and say, well, listen, hey, you're not doing me any favors. This is business. 'Cause that's the way they're going to treat it at the end of the day. It's like, hey, I'm not going to do anything for you. No, this is the business. You didn't get it, too bad. But sometimes that's what it takes. But the next time and stuff, and see when they pick up on that, that's when you start to get respect too. Like, well, listen, hey, you can't run this little small time stuff on me. I know this is what it's supposed to be, this is what it's supposed to be paying. So it's either take it or leave it. And sometimes they'll come and let's see, I just finished my first lease and was told I needed an EIN by the company. Okay, all right. I'm gonna get to that in a minute and stuff. But to finish up with Chris is that when you get to understand the things, how it works and so on and so forth, that's when the respect element comes in, and from the respect, that's when you don't have to worry about this little small time stuff. I'm sorry about that train behind, got train tracks behind. They're not be coming with you with that small time stuff, so it's gonna always be business all the time, So it's always, always, always about that money, always. Let's see. Uh, Clarence, you see, I just finished my first lease and was told I need an EIN by the company I work for, but oh crap, let's see. But for someone, EIN by the company I work for, but someone told me I need to do my LLC first, then my EIN. How does that work? Okay, if you're in a lease, right? If you're in a lease, then one of the first things they should have done was got you an EIN number. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that they let you even sign the contract. But to get an EIN number is just simply calling. It's just simply calling the IRS. You give them the social security number and stuff. I'm gonna get that. I gotta get that number and get it posted. It's real simple. It's a real simple process. You give them the social security number, they'll issue an EIN number and stuff. It's that simple. It's no it's not rocket science. Now LLC. Here's the thing I say about LLC. That's just like creating a portfolio. Understand first where is it you want to take, where is it you want to go and stuff as far as trucking, right? Because some people might get into a lease and learn nothing and say, well, you know what? Hey, I'm just out of it. I'm just gonna be a company driver. So what you just did, you just wasted time, energy, and resource into something that you're not even gonna follow through with. All right. So the first thing is to get an understanding of the industry and understand, okay, do I want to take this thing to the next level? So I'm leasing right now, but the whole purpose of the lease is to take it to the next level of getting ownership of a truck. So I need to be saving up my money. I need to be saving up my money, learning the industry. See if, because sometimes, a lot of times we get into leases because we either don't have any kind of understanding of the industry, or we got to understand of the industry and our money just ain't right. So we're trying to save our money and get our money and our credit right so we can move to the next level of getting our own truck through some kind of finance institution or whatever and get out of a lease. So when you take those steps there to know that you in it to win it, and you ain't trying to do any more leases or whatever stuff, then you set your portfolio up there and stuff, which is go get your LLC, find you a good CPA, you know, because any kind of CPA can do right now and stuff if you're in a lease. But when you are in it to win it, then you got to get you a real good CPA, somebody that's going to be looking to every single thing that you do and stuff like that, and get you to you know when you're in business, you're not trying to get a refund or whatever stuff. You're just trying to make sure that everything is paid to the letter. If you get any kind of refund, it's very small. Maybe $2-3. But other than that, a lot of people like to set up their portfolios and stuff before they understand this industry and what it has to offer. That's putting the wagon before the horse. Get your horse first. Once you get the horse and stuff like that, then you know what kind of wagon and stuff to pull. So, and I hope I hope I ain't speaking parables about that. You know, man, it's getting dark real quick. Um, uh, I keep looking around and stuff, guys. I wonder if I could be picked up as opposed to driving. Okay, all right, but it's just, I mean, I hear so many people and stuff do that, man. Like, especially when they go to Prime, man. The first thing they do, they go to Prime and set up an LLC. I'm like, man, dude, what the heck? You know, get your other stuff straight first. Um, I believe, see, the Wright brother, he did that. He didn't go to Prime and stuff when